Happy National Power Rangers Day to all Rangers across all nations. I am your daily host and only host, Eddie Garcia. And yes, I am very aware that I'm late to the party. Very late. But this was a pre-recording. The only reason you see 2 M's because I recorded this. This was posted by IGN several hours ago. And I just find it really funny how how these actors or cosplayers are doing like those 90 vibes. Like, yeah, you know that kid, like that jock kid that's saying, yeah, I think you know that reference. But I do have some news for you, so just give me a minute. I'll be right back with you. Right, we're back. There was an update to the raid update 2.5 and all that stuff. They updated the main mode, and I'll show you in a minute. Add this. 3 more. Incoming raid system updates. Match times have been increased from 30 seconds to 90 seconds. I really meant to say that. Character cooldown been reduced to 4 hours per use. I think it used to be almost 10 or 11 hours. Remove gender required modifiers. Guys, if you didn't know this, there is more male rangers than female rangers. That was the biggest concern, and also the most biggest outlash, because there was a lot of modifier battles that required females, and there weren't a lot of female characters, especially on the good side or on the evil side, which kind of sucks. Additional raid-related missions are added to increase the opportunity to gain more energy, and see and game mail for more info. So they updated that. If you guys do raids, it should be more easier and all that stuff. Raids, it's really good, I guess. I don't play it mostly, but raid is a good opportunity to get some legendary shards, some essence, especially the epic essence, because the hardest thing to get in the game, if you really think it's legendary essence, it's not. It's epic essence. And also the most rarest, more hard to obtain essence to upgrade your talents, your talent tree, and usually that takes forever. So yeah, doing raids is really good for getting gold, getting more shards for a certain ranger, and Megazord parts or Megazord Zord shards, and upgrading your talent tree. Moving on. This was 5 days ago, maybe 4 days ago, and the National Power Rangers Day. They did a live stream for Battlefield the Grid. I think they did a vote on which system they wanted it on. Most of us voted on the Xbox and the Nintendo Switch rather than the PS4. If you saw that, Epic, I didn't see anything. Maybe they posted it or not. I haven't seen anything. They did give out a Ranger Slayer reward, 10 shards for free for anyone and all that. And I'll show you in a second. Alright, we're back. It should be here in your mailbox, right next to the settings, right here. Damn it doesn't say anymore. Okay, what it used to say here was, during National Power Rangers Day, everybody would get 10 legendary 10 epic shards of Ranger Slayer to, that is an automatic unlock, and she is an A+ character, especially for new players. She's really good, and a little bit more better than MMPR Pink Ranger. Ranger Slayer is really good for new players and all that stuff. I already have her at level 4, level 3, so I just got the shards out of the kindness of their hearts. I wish they would have given us something else, maybe more of a legendary ranger or a ranger or something else. I wish they would have given us let me see, maybe like Street Fighter shards for everybody who haven't unlocked them. Like, ooh, like if you guys played in this event, you get this certain like you get a selector of one legendary ranger that you don't have, like Street Fighter. Like you don't have Guile, Ryu or Chun-Li or Akuma or Bison. I would have picked Akuma because he's a really good villain. Or Bison, unless you can do the event twice and you can get them both. But I don't know. Or maybe you can do it, but the first one will be with actual people, and then the second one will be with CPUs. And every time you get closer, it'll get harder and harder, or something like that, right? Oh yeah, maybe, yeah. But they have to either increase the lifespans or how many times you can lose, or if you can continue like where you left off, like a Street Fighter little Easter egg, like where you lose, where you stayed at that stage, you can either redo it again and left where you left off, like continue or stop. You press continue, you leave where your last fight was, and then you continue to the boss. There was an issue. There was a really big outlash of rage. I don't know what happened, but it was due to the Wi-Fi connection or connections to the servers. They gift us a super box. I think I got 5 or 10 legendary shards of Psycho Red. I didn't even use the guy. He costs too much, but he's really good. He stuns. He does decent damage. My big complaint of this game is that that some legendaries assist don't do a lot of damage in order to do. I don't get that, so I don't know. Like projectile assist, like Psycho Red should do a lot of damage because they can easily get blocked. Other ones, like you can do physical or get up close, they should do less damage. The most accurate assist they got right was the Red Dragon Shield Red Ranger with his assist when he goes forward. He does very little damage and it's very fast and quick. And another one that's a great example is MMPR Classic Life Ranger. When he goes in really close to get his axe splitter move in, it does tons of damage. That's what I really thought. But mostly assists do the reverse. Like they're quick and fast, but they do little damage. And others are really slow and you do high damage, or they do high damage and they're quick, or other ones are really, or they do high damage and they're really slow. You get my meaning? Like, what's a good example? Like, I would say probably Psycho Red, probably. Like Psycho Red's quick, but he does very little damage. Like I don't understand this. Like Zeo Pink Ranger 5, her disc throw does almost 3,000 damage, and Psycho Red Ranger, who's a legendary, does 1,500 damage. Like, what? That's so confusing. And you don't believe me here. Sorry about that. Here. She does, well, she's a level 7, but she does 269 something damage, and then if we go to Psycho Red, where is he at? He barely does nothing. Well, actually, yes, because he's really low level. But what's another one? What is another one? Let me show you. Because it makes very little sense to me. Like him, I use him for events. He used to do tons of damage, and now he doesn't. Now he does very little damage, and he's in like one of the 1,000s. That's almost nothing. And other ones like him, Yeah, like him. He used to do tons of damage. Now he does absolutely nothing. The legendaries are supposed to do tons of damage. This, he does absolutely nothing. He's good, but he does the same damage as this guy right here. Just the difference is your talent trees, but he does absolutely nothing. He costs so much energy. I think he's the only one that costs 7, because I don't think... Yeah, even Ryu Ranger does 6. He's the one who costs the most. That makes no sense. Oh, now I remember what's my biggest complaint. My biggest complaint is they put in like legendaries like him. They do so little damage, but their cost so high in energy. And there's other ones like, let's see, like this one almost, and they do decent damage. And they don't cost a lot. That's so stupid. Like, look at this one. He can easily be knocked out, but he's an epic tier, and he does good damage. This is basically almost legendary damage, or legendary tier. So this is what pisses me off the most. That it's a legendary character. Legendary characters are supposed to do tons of damage, not the other way around. And also, it costs so much. If they're gonna do really low damage, isn't it supposed to be low energy cost, like this, like that, like a 4? Look, 1267, 1355. Like, are you serious? He should go back to maybe a 4 or 5, because how little damage he does. I mean, he's good at getting out of trouble, or getting your opponent away from you, but if he's gonna do that little much of damage, he's not gonna help you at all. Nobody uses him anymore, because how much energy he costs. The only one close to that much energy is Green Ranger V2, who uses 7, but this move does combine really well with this move. You can't even use his assist with, or maybe you can, but it has to be a 3 cost. But he does absolutely no damage. He's legendary, and he does a common level damage like her. That's what gets me really mad. In other ones, like a common like her does crazy tons of amounts of decent damage, and then we're left with this of a legendary, and they don't do any damage. That's what gets me really pissed off. Like, I mean, he used to be fast. He does good, decent damage. This character, he gets right in your face. So does this one. But if you really think about it, why give him a really high energy cost if they're gonna do so little damage? Wouldn't it make sense to reduce him back to 5 and just keep the damage how it is? Because honestly, this sucks. If they're gonna do high energy, don't you expect they do high damage? That's what's really wrong with this game. I get they're fast and all, and some people are complaining they do so much damage because they get it in front of your face. Well, anyway, use your brain. Don't give them a high cost energy like Gold Zeo here, energy cost. Do exactly what you did. Reduce the damage, but keep the energy level the same. Do not increase it. Do not increase the energy cost. Because then you give him a really bad energy damage, or damage. Because look at this, he's doing a common level damage count. He's doing damage of her, dude. Like, this is nothing. She's a level 6 and she's barely doing this much damage. He's a legendary level 1 and he's doing a common level damage. I know if you increase the level, it does a bit more damage, but God, this is not the path to go. Just decrease the damage and keep the energy cost the same. Do not increase the cost and then reduce the damage. So that's not right. If you're gonna do that and increase the cost, I expect you to increase its damage like how you did to her over here. She costs 5, she does decent damage. He costs 7, he does damage of nothing. He does nothing. Nobody uses Gold Zero Ranger unless they're forced to in an event, because there's only a set amount of gold or yellow or silver rangers or green in that event. Nobody uses him because he costs too much and he does very little damage. I mean, you can win with him if you're smart enough, but when you really need him the most and you're out of energy, you know who to blame. That's Enway. If I worked for Enway, what I would have done is kept the 5 energy costs, or 4, I don't remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure it was a 5. Keep the 5 energy costs, but just reduce the damage. You don't have to increase the energy cost and then reduce the damage. That's just stupid. This is really stupid. I mean, his health is good, but the damage that he does is awful. Just awful. Like, this is really horrible, man. This is my biggest complaint. I wish they fixed this. Keep it where it was, but just reduce the damage. Don't increase the energy cost and then reduce it. That's just horrible. This is what I'm trying to say. This is bad. So to him, this is good. Look, this is good. It's because he's fast and quick. It's a 5 cost. Increase it. Like, yeah, this is good. This is what I mean. Like, you know, keep it a 5 and just reduce the damage. Because he's quick. He's fast. He's like this. Keep it at 5. Because he used to be a 3 and he did so much damage back then. But after the many complaints and how fast he was, keep it at 5. Reduce the damage because he's quick. This is the right path to go. This is your example anyway. This is the path to go. This here, no. This is not the path to go. No, this is not. Gold Zero Ranger is not the path to go. This is the right path to go. This guy, he's fast. He still costs us 5, but he does low damage. He's fast, costs too much, and does absolutely no damage. Same story with him. They're legendary, guys. Legendaries. The only reason legendary are mostly helpful is because of their health, but their power, their damage is absolutely disgusting. This is horrible. This is really horrible. And he's not even quick or fast. He's a stunner. They're easily blockable. So I would expect, alright, since this character can be blocked like this one, you would expect to give him high damage like this one. But no. He does very low damage. And his attack it's literally an energy ball that you can block. So that's the thing I don't understand, guys. That's just awful. You give her high damage, but her moves can be easily blocked, just like this one, but it does very little damage. That's just awful, dude. That's horrible. This one I don't even like because it's not even that quick. It's not even that quick at all. It does very little damage and it's not fast. So I would suggest you giving this guy maybe a 4 or a 3 at best, because he's slow, he costs too much for a 5, and he's really awful. Nobody uses him mostly. Like this guy's a perfect example of a common. He costs us 4, but he does very little damage, not tons. That's good. For her, decent damage for an epic. You know, that's like anyway, you gotta fix your stuff here, because most of these assists do great damage when they have low energy, like Mr. Perfect right here. Mostly, like this is perfect. He costs 3 and he doesn't do a lot of damage mostly. And this is okay too. He does a ton of damage because he's quick. No, he does not a lot of damage, but because he's quick, but he gets the job done. This is not the path to go. This is very horrible. So you gotta fix some of your assists here. And also their energy costs, because this is horrible. This is horrible. But okay. Enough more ranting. I will do a video on who they should fix and which leader and assist together, because they're horrible. Very horrible. Alright. Happy National Power Rangers Day to all. This is a almost 22-minute video. I'm gonna leave it here. RangerBot, play me out. Subscribe, like, and share, and may the power protect you all. What's up?